Bicep is a transpiler that transforms domain-specific language into ARM templates. It's the next generation of Microsoft's infrastructure as code tooling. It works similarly to writing TypeScript, which is transpiled into JavaScript for running in browsers or Node. We can use the Azure CLI to transpile the Bicep files into ARM templates and then deploy them to Microsoft Azure. Bicep uses the same process and tooling we learned in the previous video of this series when we manually created JSON-based ARM templates. Bicep was introduced in 2021 because Microsoft wanted to improve the developer experience for creating templates for the Azure Cloud Platform. ARM templates have been there for a very long time, and it was time for something new. We will be using Visual Studio Code to write Bicep scripts. First, we have to install the Bicep Visual Studio Code extension. It provides code completion, file validation, code snippets, and much more. After installing the extension, we create a new file and name it web-app.bicep. For our first example, we want to create a definition for an Azure App Service using Bicep. We can start the script with the resource keyword followed by the name of the resource and the API of the service we want to create. However, to do so, we must know the API names of the services we want to use. In this case, a web app is called Sites. To solve this issue, we can use code snippets provided by the Bicep Visual Studio Code extension instead. For example, we use the res-web-app snippet to create a web app definition, including a few select properties. If we want to use the latest API version, we can quickly change it using code completion. We also want to remove the optional tag section. We also set the name to bicep-webapp-cb to make it globally unique. Next, we want to type the missing location variable. We can define parameters using the param keyword followed by an identifier and a type. We set the default value to the location of the provided resource group. Now, I can quickly show you another cool feature of the Bicep Visual Studio Code extension. We click the icon on the top right of the Bicep file that looks like a graph with nodes. It opens the Bicep visualizer, which provides a graphical representation of the Bicep script. An Azure web app runs on an app service plan. The current definition contains a server farm ID property that contains the identification of an app service plan. Let's add a definition for the app service plan to the Bicep script. We use another code snippet, res-app-plan, to create the app service plan. Again, we select the latest API version and set the name to bicep-app-plan-cb. As you can see in the Bicep visualizer, we now have two independent resources. However, we want to add the web app to the app service plan. All we need to do is to set the server farm ID to the ID of the app service plan object. As you can see, the Bicep visualizer automatically updated and now shows a dependency from the web application to the app service plan. Another feature of the Bicep Visual Studio Code extension is script validation. When we make a mistake, we see a red squiggle and the error appears in the problems view. Very handy. One of the limitations of ARM templates is that they are scoped to either a subscription or a resource group. It makes it complicated to create a resource group and then add resources within that resource group. A common solution is to create two independent templates and execute them sequentially. Luckily, Bicep provides a simpler solution. We use the res-rg code snippet to add a resource group definition to the Bicep script. Again, we use the latest API version and set the name to bicep-rg-cb. We now have a few errors in the problems view. There is a circle dependency because we use the resource group method in the location definition, and the location definition is used in the resource group. We remove the default value of the location parameter. It means that we will have to provide this parameter when executing the script. Next, we get the error that the resource group cannot be created for the current scope. Without any explicit definition, a Bicep script is scoped to a resource group. We change it by using the target scope keyword and set it to subscription. We now have the same scoping issue with the app service plan and the web app. Bicep provides modules to resolve this issue. We rename the current file to main.bicep and extract the app service plan into a app-service-plan.bicep file and the web app into a web-app.bicep file. We need to add the location parameter again to the extracted definitions. The app service plan definition looks fine. However, we need to set the dependencies between the files and provide the app service plan ID to the web app bicep file. We fix the web app bicep file by defining a parameter named app service plan ID of type string. We use the value of the parameter as the server farm ID. Next, I insert the following code snippet into the main.bicep file. We define a module each for the app service plan and the web app. The module keyword is followed by an identifier and the file path. We set the scope to the resource group we create within the main.bicep file a few lines above the module definitions. We provide the required location parameter as well as the name of the resource. The app service requires the ID of the app service plan. To make it available, we open the app service plan bicep file and add the following line. It exposes the ID of the app service plan object as the app service plan ID variable of type string. Now, the error in the main.bicep file is gone. As we can see in the Bicep visualizer, we now have a resource group with an app service plan and a web app. The web app also has a dependency on the app service plan. Now that we have the definitions, we want to use the Bicep script to deploy the resources to Microsoft Azure. As a first step, we need to make sure we have the Bicep CLI installed. We can check it using the AC Bicep version command. If the Bicep CLI isn't installed, you can install it using the AC Bicep install command. We can build a Bicep file using the following command. It will transpile the Bicep file and generate an ARM template. As you can see, the generated ARM template is about 130 lines and much more complex compared to the Bicep definition. The build command allows us to generate the ARM template that will be executed. However, for the deployment of the resources, all we need is the AC deployment command like this. We start the deployment for the subscription scope and provide the name of the Bicep file. The -l parameter is the required location parameter. Because we need to provide this parameter, we can use the value we provide here instead of asking for another parameter. We use the deployment method and use its location property as the default value of the location parameter in the main.bicep script. Let's execute the deployment command. After a few seconds, we see the resource group including the app service plan and the web app in the Azure portal. The Bicep decompiler transforms existing ARM templates into a Bicep file. For example, I wrote this ARM template in the previous video of this infrastructure as code series. It contains an app service plan and a web app. The file is about 36 lines. Let's use the following command to decompile it into a Bicep script. There is a warning telling us that the decompilation is a best effort process and that we need to check if everything works as expected. Let's open the generated web-app.bicep file. As you can see, the definition is a lot shorter. There are a few warnings that we can quickly fix. We extract the location definition into a parameter and use the generated value as its default value. Next, we remove the unnecessary name definitions. We end up with 18 lines of code, about half of the original ARM template. ARM templates use the JSON format, which was invented for computer communication. It's a great format for computers to exchange data, for example from a server to a browser. But it's not intended for human interaction. A lot of noise is going on with all the braces and the symbols, and it lacks abstraction. Reusing part of the definition is complicated, if possible at all. Bicep uses a domain-specific language on a higher abstraction level. It provides a simple syntax to define variables and to reuse part of the definition. It results in a more concise and simpler to read and write format. Being a DSL, the text editor is able to provide IntelliSense, code completion, and many more features that improve the developer experience. Bicep scales better than ARM templates. As your project grows and your requirements are becoming bigger and bigger, Bicep will grow with you and help you to define the scripts more easily. You can deploy Azure resource groups, including resources such as a web app, within a single file, and it's much more readable compared to an ARM template. Bicep provides modules which allows us to split the definition and to reuse or repurpose parts of the definition. However, both options use a declarative approach and the Azure CLI to execute the scripts. We can integrate the Azure CLI into an existing CI/CD toolchain. After using ARM templates and Bicep over a few days, I definitely prefer using Bicep. It's simpler to use, and as a developer, it feels much better to use something like a programming language than writing JSON files by hand. For me, reusability and composability are the most significant advantages of Bicep over ARM templates. The Bicep decompile command allows us to take existing ARM templates and turn them into Bicep files, making a transition much simpler. Keep in mind that Bicep and ARM templates are Azure only. If you want to use multi-cloud or deploy to another cloud, you need a different toolchain. In the following video of this series, we will take a look at Terraform. It's a completely different tool that supports Microsoft Azure, the Google Cloud Platform, and Amazon Web Services. Consider subscribing so you don't miss the next episode of this Infrastructure as Code series. And I will see you in the next video.